Work it, make it, do it. Makes us harder, better, faster, stronger.
That don't kill me. Can only make us stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer.
Shout out to Internet Trolls. Let's say we got a little hate in our YouTube videos last week, and you know what's the saying? If you aren't being real, if you don't have haters, you're not being real.
Sure,
That'll work. Is that what it is? Anyway, so we're getting a lot.
So we're about to be real.
Yeah, I mean this is going to be as real as we can possibly get when I'm describing an exercise video.
It's not very real.
Yeah, it's relative.
Sliding scale. So, the workout this week is a chipper. You have 14 minutes to run through it. It's going to start with 60 calories on a Concept 2 rower. Go to 50 toes to bar, 40 wall balls, 30 cleans at 135 for guys, 95 for girls, and then finish off with 20 muscle ups. And if you are able to make it through that, then you get to try and run through it again.
Lucky you.
Lucky you, exactly. So that's what we're looking at this week. So we're going to go over each of the movements, give some quick pointers on it, talk about how you might want to break that up, and then some overall strategy for the workout.
So first thing for the workout is a 60 calorie row. Now, row, a couple things I guess people have questions on. One, the camper setting, this is going to be unique to the individual. Really tall, strong guy, you'll want to crank this thing up to 10 because you'll be able to get about 1 calorie per pull roughly on each one. If you're a little bit shorter or you're not getting as much out of each pull, you're going to want to drop this thing down a little bit. The power you can generate on the rower is a sliding scale with the cell. Right? So that's the first thing. So let's talk setup on the rower real quick. So go ahead and grab the handle for me. So this is going to be our setup position for the rower. Now, just a couple things I want to point out. Shoulders in front of the hips so that he can get his posterior chain involved with it. If he has his shoulders behind his hips on each press, this is all quads. Quads are going to be blown out. When he gets to the wall balls, it's going to be an issue. Right? So again, this is the setup position. Now, everyone likes to go ahead and just pull like crazy when they're doing the rowers. So go ahead and start to go back and forth as fast as you can. So this is what people like to do when they're rowing as fast as you can. Now this is completely inefficient. Do not do this. The chain is not resetting on the flywheel.
Got 1 calorie.
You got 1 calorie out of all that after. Versus, if he goes ahead, he gets the rower moving, and he's full, aggressive, long, where he's already rode a calorie and only 2 strokes, so he's wasting a lot of time when he's doing this. So this is the pace that we're looking for, nice and easy. A good indication to know if you're going too hard is going to be the strokes per minute, which is in the top right corner on most of the ergs. This thing is up in like the 30s, 40s. You're just going ham on the rower. You need to calm down and slow down. Right? This thing should be around kind of the high 20s. Right?
For the row, again, same thing. You don't need to go so hard out of the gate. This is probably going to be a 3 to 4 minute piece for most people. So make sure it's a pace you can maintain that entire time without blowing up or burning out. As far as getting the row started, you're going to want to get the flywheel moving, so you might want to do a couple shorter pulls to get it started, as opposed to just ripping off into one pull, and that's going to get the wheel spinning, which is going to help you get those calories generating. So that would be the advice on the row. So get the wheel moving and keep a pace you can maintain for that 3 to 4 minute block.
Yeah, like you were saying, remember it's a 14-minute workout, so you don't want to come out and blow yourself out on the row because you're going to set yourself up for failure for the rest of the day.
Row can be your warm-up for everything else. Alright, our next movement in the workout is toes to bar, and we're knocking out 50 of them, which is a big number. A lot of people are probably not going to get past all 50 of these, so you want to go about these intelligently. So I don't want to try and knock out a giant set to start, because I'll hit muscle failure, spend 10 minutes staring at the bar, and probably not get through them. So we're going to want to break these up into small, manageable sets I can maintain the whole time.
And standards real quick, so we're up on the bar. Right, all we're looking for is the toes behind the plane of the bar on the side, good, and then he's up, toes touch together at the same time on the bar on the side. Cool, and just a couple of efficiency tips with the movement. Make sure you guys are pulling the bar down as you're going up. So he is actually trying to close down his shoulder angle and pull the bar back behind them, and then I also recommend bringing your knees into your chest and curling up, staying as tight into the ball as you possibly can. It's going to save you a lot of kind of range of motion and save yourself over the course of those 50 reps. Alright, well, so after we chose the bar, we're going to move into the wall balls. There are 40 wall balls for this workout.
For the wall balls, again, 40 of them. You're going to be a little smoked since we come off that 60 calorie row and those 50 toes to bar. If you can do these in big sets, that'd be great. If not, break them up again. Don't hit total muscle failure.
That's great advice.
I know.
Do it, and if you can't, don't.
Key piece being know yourself. If you're capable of doing these in big sets, that's fine. Don't overestimate yourself and burn out. So it's basically do whatever is appropriate for you based on a legitimate, honest assessment of where you're at. So, for the wall balls,
be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. Alright, so for the wall balls, move slide to the side. Alright, so setting up, we want that bar wrapped up high on the chest. If this ball keeps dropping down all the time, one, it's going to be very inefficient. Two, his chest is going to be dropping. So now he's going to do a lot more work to bring the ball back up before he throws it. It's a full squat down, hip crease gets below the top of the knee, and then he's going to drive up, drive the hips forward, and get the ball right into the target. Now for us in here, the target is being able to see the blue line underneath the ball when you throw it. For the ladies, being able to see the red line underneath the ball, that's a 9-foot target. The gentleman is a 10-foot target.
don't waste your reps. Don't get no rep for depth. Don't get no rep for not getting up there. You'll use the exact same amount of energy for a bad rep as a base. So don't fall into that trap. You'll do a lot of extra balls.
Alright, movement number 4 is a clean. This could be a power clean, a squat clean.
Two things cleans.
That's what we got. Choose one of those. Split clean if you like. Yep. You're not going to go with the split clean, but that's an option. So, set up for the clean. Please stay on that round. He's going to go ahead. He's going to bring it up. Big jump. Catch at the shoulders. If he's standing completely tall, hips and knees all the way open.
Elbows in front of
elbows in front of the bar, bring them back behind, if you can. I don't know how that would look. So that would maybe not be a good clean. It's kind of tough. If you can get it racked, that's where you want to be. Advice. If you can get to these, this is going to be pretty crucial.
Yeah, it depends sort of what you have left in the tank. If you're able to, obviously sets are going to be faster, but speaking pragmatically, probably not going to be able to do anything more than singles. We saw some top-level games athletes do 30 singles yesterday. There's no reason to expect anyone here will be able to do that differently and still get that same type of result on the workout. So probably just make sure if you're doing singles, you're hitting it, getting at standard, so my hips are through, my elbows are through, drop it and right back on it. That'll probably be a little easier on your grip, especially since we're coming off 50 toes to bar and headed towards some muscle ups.
Yeah, please make sure you set your back on all of these reps. I don't want you guys stepping up to the bar, dropping it, coming down, and cleaning it just like that.
Scare cat. Talk about deadlifts.
Make sure you're pulling yourself down, pulling your shoulder blades back down. Keep that cushion.
If you watched that last rep and you weren't cringing, we have an issue. Alright, so now let's do the cleans. On to the separating movement, the muscle up.
Alright, if you are athletically inclined enough to get to the muscle ups, like you, let's talk about it.
We get to do 20 muscle ups here, or as many as you can get through until time runs out. Like we said, at this point you're going to be very, very fatigued, your grip's going to be lit up, your shoulder's going to be tired, you're not going to be feeling fresh. So, I hate to break it to you, but this is probably not the opportune time to get that first muscle up. Obviously, if you get here with time, by all means, give it a go. I would just say keep as hard as you can and hope for the best. But it's going to be tough to get that first one today, just given the volume that's going to precede this movement.
Sorry to be so pessimistic about it, not give you any awesome gems for getting that first one. But honestly, if you do get that first muscle up in this workout, let us know. I might not believe you.
And if you get there, keep hard. Yeah, good luck to you. If you've done muscle ups before, again, you're probably going to want to break these into smaller sets. If you have it in you to hit that large set, again, that'd be great, but realistically speaking, we're probably not going to have that capability. So let's talk standards on the muscle up at the bottom. We're going to have to make sure we hit full extension. If we're using a false grip, we're going to want to make sure that we're not starting from this flex spot. So at the bottom.
All right, so if he's no false grip right now, arms all the way open to the bottom, feet behind, like in a pull up, and then he's going to up, and then full lockout up to the lockout at the top. Come down over the arms, perfect. That's a good rep. Open up the shoulder, lock out at the top. Just taking the false grip.
So Rob's on the false grip. As he gets that false grip, he's going to be in this position of flexion at the elbow, which is not going to work. So he has to turn those rings out to full extension, and from there, he can pop himself up over the rings. So if you're using a false grip, make sure, take the extra second to get that turn out so your reps count. Alright? And again, it's 20 of those. If you can get through those, back to the rower and enjoy that.
Alright, that's it.
Yep, good luck. And remember, it's just going to be plain old fun, so enjoy
that. That's how long I've been on ya. I need you right now. Let's get lost tonight. You could be my Black Kate Moss tonight. Play secretary on the